Hello, hello, FIFA Mobile fans. Welcome back to another episode of FIFA Mobile Live here on Twitch. It's good to be back. It's a Wednesday. It's not a Tuesday this time. It's a Wednesday. Feeling good.
It's a Wednesday. It's not a Monday, and we're happy as much as a Monday. We're happy on Wednesdays as well.
It's back to the usual Wednesdays here. I can see chats already going. Got a lot of people coming in. As always, actually, I don't think we did it last time, Tak, but I want to see where's everybody tuning in from. Hope everyone's doing great. How are you doing, Tak? How are things?
I am doing awesome. Had my morning coffee, had good breakfast, had a chat with my bro Antwan, and we're here. Happy to be here. Happy to be with you guys. And speaking of you guys, where are you tuning in from?
Let's see. We got a lot of different places.
Yeah, lots of different
India.
places. People are going like as down as the stage. Saw some folks from Texas, Florida. Hey, thanks for sharing.
Turkey, Colombia, Kazakhstan. Interesting. Nice. Honduras. I love seeing all the different places that come up on the stream chat.
Me too. It really feels like it's a global game, right? We're playing from everywhere in the world.
Yeah. Let's see if I recognize any names as well. I see a few folks popping up there. Yeah, I see ya. Hey, hey. So yeah, we got a good show here planned for everybody. We got Hall of Legends, the new event coming up. We also have some interesting UCL news to share. And as always, we got giveaways. So it's a good looking show so far, Tak. I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. Shall we get started?
I think we're ready to get close to getting started. However, I think we had a little bit of housekeeping, specifically with the Star Pass, right? I don't know, Tak, you want to take this one?
Right. Absolutely. Just a quick heads up before we start the show. I know you guys are dying to see Hall of Legends, but I have two quick notices before we start. The first one is that starting from today at reset, Nedved from the Star Pass will be tradable, alright? I know we received a lot of comments from you guys, and it was an issue. So we're fixing that, and Nedved Star Pass is going to be tradable. Second one, we also noticed that the flashback player items were not being accepted as exchange requirements in those coin exchanges that you can find in the foundation section. So starting from today, from the reset as well, they're going to be accepted. That was an issue as well, and it's going to be fixed.
Yeah, so good to see a couple little things going. I think they're either going today at reset or tomorrow. But in any case, I know a lot of people have been talking about those, so glad to see those were adjusted. So that Nedved and then flashback players in those coin exchanges in the foundation, if you still use those. So yeah, those were kind of the big kind of like mentions we wanted to say before we get in. I see some dubs in the chat already. Nice to get that going early. Hopefully we get a few more in Hall of Legends and UCL here. I'm ready to hit Hall of Legends. Are you, Tak?
Let's go!
Let's do it. All right, so our first, we actually have a slate of 3 player banners to show you here. So I know in yesterday's post on the socials, we alluded to 3 highlighted icons. So as a bit of a precursor here, Hall of Legends is an event where you go down the journeys of 3 very different icons with notable career paths, and we'll show the 3 ones here on screen right now. These are the 3 ones. We gave some good hints. I think most people got them, but without further ado, here they are.
Did you get all 3 right? Tell us in chat. I know I got them right, but I knew it beforehand, but you didn't, so let us know.
Yeah, we went with the Netherlands flag. That was an easy one. Actually, the Ghana flag was easy.
The Ghana flag was easy. I think from Netherlands and Brazil you have plenty to choose from. But here they are. These are the legends, and they will be well, the highlight of Hollow Legends, as we're going to see later on.
Exactly. So, like we mentioned, this is kind of, if you remember Icon's journey in a way, it was like you recreate the careers of icons. This is a similar format, except it's in a 4-week long event. And we'll move on to our next banner here, but it kind of intertwines players that were teammates, foes, contemporaries during their time. So, for example, you can see the Lampard, Cole, and Drogba. That connects to Essien's time in the 2000s and early 2010s with Chelsea. And then you can see Lucio, Kaká, Ronaldo connecting to Cafu during his time with the Brazilian team, as well as AC Milan. And then Muller, Koeman, and Eusebio had some connections in the Cruyff eras. So this is kind of a little bit of a preview of what the event is looking like. And also, I don't know, Tak, if the chat has noticed, but there's 2 different players in this banner that don't really fit at first sight, right?
Exactly. We are bringing some heroes previously known as icons now. So you see that Lucio there has the icon, player item, which is awesome to see. In my opinion, more than deserved.
Exactly, and you see the Joe Cole there left mid during his time at Chelsea. So it's a little bit different. It's interesting to see though, and they do have the same art on their player items. But some of these heroes have had storied careers themselves, so makes sense.
Totally.
Great, so let's then pull up our 3rd player banner of the event. These are not players that you get from playing like the Hall of Legends path, and that we'll look into shortly thereafter, but these are more just players that are pushing the OVRs a little bit more. These are the prime icons. These are the big names. These are the big stats, the big OVRs that you've come to expect, with some new players that we haven't seen in a while, notably that Hernandez, that 115. I know our Mexican friends will be loving that one.
Absolutely. I remember his last player item was from Scream Team, which was October last year, so more than deserved. Very glad to see El Matador there.
Exactly, yeah. And I know people have been asking for a new Pele as well, and I think that 116 CF. And I know people are talking about CF. CF is actually very versatile. You can play them at striker, you can play them at cam. So I wouldn't look past that CF Pele. And obviously, we're going to look at his stats later, but it's really, really good item to be using. It's not much else to say there.
Absolutely. I picked CF as my Pele. Remember from the Pele event earlier this year, and I did not regret because I had a lot of flexibility. I could throw him around my team and kind of like build around it. It was great.
Exactly. And I see a few other people here pulling up on Rooney. Nice to see a 115 there for Rooney. And I know if you use the Cantona from Totti, you'll probably want to get his 116 as well. And then there's kind of a few others that we don't really hear too much about. Suker and Gattuso, some unsung heroes there, but I'm sure they will find their place in a lot of people's teams.
For sure. We'll take a closer look at them later, right, Antwan?
Exactly, yeah. I think we can actually come out of this view right here as I get the gameplay set up to show you Hall of Legends, to go through that first team banner as well as a second, and then we'll take a look at these prime icons too. For sure. So far, chat, this is a very icons-focused event, as you can see, and it's going to be interesting.
I think a lot of players kind of like understood from the teaser and from the tweets that we sent out that this was an event more focused on icons. I saw, like, I know you guys are smart. You always get the giveaway hashtag correctly. So I was sure that you were going to be able to figure out the theme out from the teaser.
Exactly. We made it kind of easy and everyone was all over it. So I actually have the gameplay ready here for Hall of Legends. If we want to check it out, chat, see the details. And here it is. Boom.
There you go.
So here's Hall of Legends. They are. As we mentioned here, Hall of Legends, the three main icons that you'll be choosing to go down their path. Cruyff, Essien, Cafu. Once you come in here, you can make your decision right away or you can wait, but you would get your unlock key to then go into the path. So as you can see, we have the three different ones here. All give the same thing, but they just unlock different paths. And one other thing here briefly before Tak takes us through the main section, if you have some leftover Utah's points, there are actually an exchange here for coins or for Legends points. So I'm not sure how many of you have these left over, but if you did, they're here. You can use them for coins and Legends points. So let's take a look at main. Tak, if you want to take us through the main section.
I would gladly tour you and everyone on chat through the main section of Hall of Legends. So you enter Hall of Legends and there's now a plethora of activities for you to complete. And you complete these activities to earn what we're calling legend points. And we'll show you the use for legend points later. But for now, the important part is how do I earn legend points? So you come in, you open the main chapter, and then you have two options, right? You can either complete a bet of a skill game and a head-to-head match, or you can complete the path below of a VSA match and an AI match. What happens is that if you complete either the top part or the bottom part, you will unlock the reward. And that's from the reward that you get the legend points. If you can touch the reward node there, Antwan, you get 15 to 35 legend points per day. Yes, you can complete all the nodes from the activities if you want, but I believe they only give you coins. So, hey, if you got some extra time, for sure, do it. If you're like, hey, I want to go, I would go for the VSA match. You have, well, some tries there. Don't worry about the opponents. I'm sure they will be able to figure out how to get the win eventually. And also, more ways to win legend points. You can watch daily ad. There's also, of course, the offers that we also put in there. And there are also the chapter quests. So do not mistake chapter quests with the regular quests that we have. So the chapter quests are weekly quests that you can complete. You can see that this week is themed around manager mode. So I'll see you there on the pitch, manager mode. I'll be on the sideline just shouting at my team. And if you complete all the quests per week, you get 150 legend points. And every week, a new set of quests is going to arrive.
Exactly.
That's the bulk of it.
Yeah, it's simple, but you come in, you get your legend points. Like Tak said, these are some quests here just in the chapter. They're not actually in the quest section, so don't forget about these. But once you do this, you can then choose. Actually, you can choose it at the start in that Hall of Legends chapter, but you choose one of the three. Once you've chosen your Cruyff, Essien, or Cafu path, you'll then have to use, I believe it's either FIFA points or gems, would have to check, but in any case, you get one shot at choosing your Cruyff, Essien, or Cafu. So I saw people asking that in the chat. So you actually don't have to make your decision right away. You could wait, or you can say, I already know who I'm going for. I'm going for Cruyff. And in that case, you would take the key from that Hall of Legends section, you open it, and then from there, you come into the chapter. You can read the nice little bio here about Cruyff, and you can start to use your legend points here in the path. So we're back to the reward paths that I know a lot of people have been asking about, which is nice. You get to choose who you want to go for, as well as see the players along the way. And you will be earning legend points every day to come in and open rewards. So you can come in and get your Eusebio, there's Muller, there's Bergkamp, and then we got Stoichkov, Koeman, and then you finish off with Cruyff. And it's kind of nice. It gives you little milestones along the way with different rewards, as well as little matches that you have to play to earn the players based on how the icons' careers have panned out. So, for example, Cruyff led Barcelona to the UEFA Champions League, with Koeman scoring the winning goal in the final against Sampdoria, for example. So it's all themed around the icons' careers. And I'll take us into the Michael Essien chapter here. So you are playing these matches after unlocking them. And I saw somebody asking about if there's lineup requirements, which there are not. So you come in and you would play these. So very straightforward. You can see the different matches and teammates that Essien has had. There's Lampard there, there's Balak, there's Drogba, and then you finish up with Michael Essien at the 114. And then
Chelsea
Tak, I know you've been
crazy with this one.
Oh yeah, it's great for a Chelsea chapter. And then Cafu here, Tak, if you wanted to walk through this one.
Gladly. And I want to give a disclaimer here. I did not take part into selecting the player selection there. Sometimes we help, but this was not my done. But it kind of like fits perfectly into my team. So really happy with that. We can through Cafu's reward path. You see, there's a lot of Milan and Roma. Notes, but there's also a lot of Brazilians in there that you can claim. We can see, well, Cafu 114, Kaká R9 at a 112 OVR. I'm really excited about the Lucio there as well, even though I'm almost claiming the Prime Hero version of him. And I also wanted to take a moment to kind of like appreciate how well this players fit into the art. I think it's looking really classy with the all white. I'm really enjoying the feeling, and I'm very excited to see them on my actual lineup.
Oh yeah, I like the theming here, especially during the 2002 World Cup, where he was the captain and his teammates Lucio and Ronaldo, and then you can play the match here against Germany, where you have to score the 2 goals. It's not going to be 2-1 if you win it, but it does show that, hey, you got to score 2 goals as if you were Ronaldo to win this match and get the 112.
This gave me goosebumps when I was, like parsing through the event, because I remember to this day, the exact day that Brazil won the World Cup, and I was very young at the time, but it's still a very fond memory. So for everyone out there that is a passionate football fan, I think you appreciate the lore there and the attention to detail that we've put into this event.
Agreed. Yeah, special shout out to the design team for putting all the thought into having these. And I want to know in the chat, which of the 3 paths are you choosing? Is it going to be Cafu, is it going to be Essien, or is it going to be Cruyff? I want to see in the chat here before we move on to the quests. Let's see. Nice. What do we got?
Lots of people.
It's all Cafu. Yeah.
How about
right
you,
away?
Antwan? Who are you picking?
It's hard to deny the power of the players in the Cafu chapter. I think just looking at that 112 R9 and then just the Kaká, seeing how they've performed in game in their previous versions, I think is going to be tough to resist. So I'm gonna have to put my vote with Cafu. I'm joining you, Tak.
Welcome to the yellow and green side of the force.
Exactly. Let's move on here. We've taken a look at the paths. We do have a little bit more information to show about the daily quests, right, Tak?
Absolutely. As always, you have some daily quests to complete. they're not too crazy. I think most of the players here in chat will agree that this is very standard. This is what we're used to. So basically, you complete this quest, you get Legend Pass A credits. Pass A will be for the first pass of Hollow Legends. There will be 2 passes, so be mindful of that. Once you complete all the quests, daily quests, there are also the weekly quests that requires you to complete the daily quests a few times, and then you can claim a 108 plus OVR player and more Legend Pass A credits and 2 million coins there. I take 2 million coins every day of my life.
Every day, yeah. And this passes for the first 2 weeks, and then there'll be new quests for the pass in weeks 3 and 4 of Hall of Legends.
Good note, good note. I don't know if we mentioned this, but Hall of Legends is a 4 weeks event, so be mindful of that as well.
And that takes us here. Let's check out the Hall of Legends 2-week pass that you're just talking about. Walk us through this one, Tak.
Well, we get the pass. Of course, if you choose the paid path, you start off right off the bat with 15 million coins, which is new to me. A nice addition, in my opinion. Was pleasantly surprised about that. And then you progress the pass. We received also lots of comments about the pass points, and players were curious to see if we were bringing more options for them to exchange. And yes, you will be able to exchange pass points for legend points during Hall of Legends. And then, as you know, it functions similarly to the Utah's pass. The main rewards bit front loaded, so you get it at level 30. And before you guys ask, the Soul Campo there is tradable. So yeah,
tradable
after you complete it. Yeah, tradable. After you complete, you get more extra levels with more coins. So all in all, very good. I also enjoyed the Oyarzabal there as the free reward at the end. So good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So this is the 2-week one for Hall of Legends. And then we had one more little section here of Hall of Legends before we can check into the player stats, which everyone is excited to see. And that is challenge mode. So this one is a little bit slightly different. It's 1 million coins to enter the challenge mode for Hall of Legends. And it's 5 head-to-head matches that you play. The first match for head-to-head, you get 1.4 million coins. So think of that as a 400K profit for winning your first head-to-head matches. You do get 1 retry. This is purely optional. I see this as more of kind of like you want to challenge yourself with some head-to-head. There's 5 matches here. See if you can get to the end, get some coins. It's not a whole lot realistically, but it's something if you're looking for a new challenge. So that's one of the Hall of Legends challenge mode, and then there'll be other ones that pop up as well. So just an addition there. Let's see, with some other questions coming in here. Let's see quickly if we got some other Hall of Legends questions, because I think we had mostly gone through the event here.
We did so thoroughly job at explaining the event that no one has questions. I do not believe
no
that.
Questions. Oh, we forgot to mention there's exchanges as well. So we're not going to check out those exchanges, but there will be exchanges for some high OVR players, but we're going to leave that for the guide. So our main man Jason is
surprises.
Exactly. Jason's been hard at work on that guide, so we won't steal his thunder. So it's there.
So, exactly.
Perfect.
Shout out to Jason.
Always. EA Jason. And then someone is asking, everything is untradeable. All of the players that you earn from the Hall of Legends path, so that would be like the Cruyff chapter, SCN chapter, and Cafu chapter, those are all untradeable. However, the players that we showed you in the banner, so those 116 prime icons that are coming out of different parts of, say, the store, exchange, those are tradable. So that's the differentiation. And then the Star Pass, or not the Star Pass, sorry, the Hall of Legends Pass player, Campbell, is tradable. So that's the difference there.
You got it.
All right. So I think we're ready here to check out the best 11 for the Champions League. Are we good to hop in there, Tak?
We are more than good. Also keep an eye out on chat because Jason, after the shout out, is running a poll. First impressions of Hollow Legends. Tell us more about that once you have some time. And jumping into the next section here, we received a lot of messages. It was like, hey, UCL, it's back. It's back. Tell us, Antwan, what are we seeing here? UCL Best 11. What is this about?
So this is a celebration of the best Champions League 11 from the tournament. So as you all know, Manchester City beat Inter Milan in the final. And there is a team of 11 players that symbolize the best performers. So there are a lot of Manchester City players. However, there also are a few Inter Milan players, and there is a pass in it, the UCL Best 11 pass, of which Bernardo Silva, right wing, is in there. And then there's also some quests for which you can complete to get a 113 Bastoni. There's also some exchanges at the end of here, but I'm not going to show them because there are requirements showing. I don't want to tip everyone's hand for any market implications just yet. So you'll see that tomorrow, but there are some exchange players in there too.
Absolutely.
Let's actually just check out the quest here. I'm not going to scroll through all of these quests because some of these have some information that I, again, don't want to be letting anyone know too early, but you would complete these quests here. And then if you complete all 17, you get that 113 Bastoni. And then while completing the quest, you get best 11 pass credits that you can use on the path. So let's check out the pass here. And Tak, it's similar to the previous ones. You get that 15 million right off the bat.
I'll take that. I'll take that every day. Same process as we're used to. And again, before you guys ask, Bernardo Silva will be tradable. I think one thing that I'd like to note is that UCL Best 11 is going to launch on Friday and not Thursday. All right, so it's tomorrow. Hollow Legends launches. If you miss UCL Best 11, it's because of that. This event is going to be released on Friday, all right?
Yeah, one day later. So if you don't see tomorrow, just remember, it's Friday. And another thing as well, just wanted to briefly mention, is that if you do have some leftover UCL points, there are just a few little like extra things you can put them towards in the store. I'm not going to show them here because it's nothing really that exciting, but just a note that don't forget to check out that section if you have some extra UCL points. But it's minor.
True. Yeah, it's only for players that forgot to spend their UCL points at the end, like myself.
Exactly. So I think we've gone through the majority here of the event. We are looking at some questions here. Community points left over. No, unfortunately, that's not something we have planned. People are asking about the pass prices. You'll have to wait and see for launch to see that. We don't talk about that on the show. Jason feature on the show when? That's a big question. Been asking him for a while, but he's the man behind the scenes. He'll stay that way, I think. But I think from there we're seeing the player gallery, and that's where actually instead of going into the player gallery in the event, Tak and we set up the lineups in the My Team section. So we'll go through the stats. We'll spend our time there because I know you guys are all excited. And we've set up a Legends team for Hall of Legends, and then we've also set up the UCL Best 11 team. And that is beautiful with the RTTF art actually for the Best 11.
That looks amazing. Look at all the confetti.
Yeah, so a lot of the familiar players from Manchester City's journey to the title, but also some other Real Madrid and a couple Inter Milan guys as well. So
this is my favorite part of the show, Antwan, because well, I don't have the time to go through all the players minutiously, very carefully, and I feel like a viewer right now, so I'm excited about them.
I'm excited as well. I've added every single player that's coming out tomorrow and on Friday into my team here, and I really want to go through the stats with you all because I know that's really exciting, especially for these new 116s, because I think people are going to be excited to see these players, and these are mostly in packs, but I know a lot of folks come here to see. And we're starting off with Cannavaro here, 160 defending, right off the bat. Boom, there you go.
Damn. I don't recall seeing him 160 before. I think this is new.
This is. Not much more to be said here. And then the physicality, 142. And actually, similar physicality is Eric Cantona, 142. But that shooting and the pace, along with dribbling, I think he's going to be fearsome. He's going to be a tank up front.
And the height. The height. Can't forget about the height. 5'5" as well.
Yeah. There you go. Though 6'2", 196, 5'5", 5-star. Yeah. It's a good item. And another prominent player, Tak. What are you seeing here?
Individual opinion, the GOAT. And as for a FIFA mobile player item, the GOAT as well.
I know, right? If his 108 is anything to go off of, this 116 is going to be a menace.
Imagine that. The 108 is still very usable to these days. Imagine that.
I still see him in a lot of lineups, or people bring him on as a sub and still scores. Like, he'll play like 30 minutes at the end of the match, or someone puts him in at halftime, and he's wrecking it in head-to-head.
He has that juice. He has that juice.
He does. And can't forget here about Frank Rijkaard at the 116. I know he had that Shapeshifters item. If you use that one, here's his CDM. And then coming into here, a 116 Socrates. He also had a Shapeshifter, but now he gets a Cam 116, dribbling and shooting and passing all over 150. Looks great.
Doctor, looking great.
Yeah. I did see a question from, I think it was Finally He Sleeps here in the chat, was asking, with 116s, are we going to see a reduction in the prices of 115s and 114s on the market? That's a very good question. Don't have that answer for you right now on stream, but it is something we're talking about with the team to make sure that as the OVR goes up in an event like this, that things are properly scaled down and we don't end up with really, really high prices that are unachievable for anyone. So that is something we are talking about.
Good one. Good question.
Yeah, very good question. And let's check out here a 115 Butragueño. I've noticed in previous ones people tend to struggle with his height a little bit, 5'6", but he is a nifty dribbler, and I think the shooting as well will come in handy if you're looking for like a second striker to pair off of a bigger guy.
I was about to say that if you're working with a pair up front, he's great to pair up with someone more physical.
Exactly. And then speaking of physicality, Rio Ferdinand here with the 160 defending as well. And I love this action shot. It looks really cool. I think
I was about to comment that action shot.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Look at that.
It looks good. Yeah, and he's going to be a great defender. And speaking of defensive-minded players, Gattuso, and looks really good at that CDM.
Solid, yeah.
Yeah, and solid, we have El Matador, our Mexican friends, the 115. Very, very good stats here. And we get to see LA Galaxy actually in the player bio. So I think the highest MLS player we've seen.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. We'll finish up some of the 115s here with Klose from his Werder Bremen days. We'll go through these pretty quickly because I think people take screenshots and then you can come and look at the recording later, or people will be sharing it. And as mentioned, we actually have our first hero here with Jurgen Kohler, the German center back who spent his time in Dortmund. And it's kind of cool to see a hero have a really high OVR like this and be included. So it's different.
I'm a fan. I am a fan. I'm also a fan of the defensive stats in this player item there.
Oh, yeah. And I know a few people were bringing up Rooney while we were showing off that banner. 115 Cam Rooney. I think he will be very, very solid up front as well. So we'll show that one there. And then our last of the 115 icons, there are quite a few, but this is our last here, was Davor Suker. Not the 2002 hero, but the 1998 hero for Croatia. I think his last item was in World Cup, but he's got a 115 here, and shooting looks good. Physicality's not bad, and he'll be very serviceable. So I don't know, Tak, we've got a bunch of other players here, but I think we should show the 114s from the Hall of Legends path.
Yeah, let's take a look at them.
Yeah, we'll start with your main guy, Cafu here. What are you seeing?
Marcus. I really like the face. He is known to be flary, so really enjoyed the 4-star skill moves. It's an all-around player item. You can even like drop him in midfield if you want, because he'll be able to do everything. I am happy. I am happy with the player item, and I think it does justice to his legacy.
Agreed. And then we'll show Cruyff here and Essien, and then we'll come back to Campbell as well. But looking at Cruyff, very, very good stats. 5'5", 5 stars. He is going to be doing some damage up front.
Yeah, the 5'5" there is really enticing. I wish I could pick more than one. Actually, I can, but
you can.
it's making me question my Brazility.
Your Brazility. I've never heard that word before, but I like it.
I just made up.
Okay. And then the third of the 3 Hall of Legends icons is Michael Essien here, a all-around CDM, but more so defensive focused. I think you could have this guy really manning your midfield in maybe a 4-3-3 where you play him as your lone CDM there. I think he'll be great kind of sitting back. And I look forward to see some of the reviews. I know a lot of people put reviews out for these players, and I always read them, and it's always fun. So looking forward to seeing them for these.
I'm excited about the high passing stats on Essien as well.
Agreed, yeah. And I know a few people are asking about Sol Campbell here. You can see he's with the Arsenal, and his action shot as well as Arsenal. But that defensive 157 and the physicality 146, I think he's gonna be up there with some of the top center backs, especially ones that can defend off the corner.
Solid.
Yep. And we have actually, I should mention, I'll scroll down the rest of the players here because I noticed people saw there was Buffon, there was Giroud, there's Hummels, there's Thiago Silva. There's actually some live players in here as well that are not icons or heroes. So I'll quickly scroll down here so you can take a look, and I'll do some shout outs. We have Godin, we've got Emi Martinez, we have Pedro, we have Jan Vertonghen, Ander Herrera, Cesc Fabregas, Fabinho, Jonas Hector, Marco Reus, Alderweireld, El Eriksson, Retegui, Rojo, Arnautovic, Bunu, and then we head into some more here from some other leagues. But a number of 106, 107s all the way up to that 114 Buffon in terms of live players. So it's not all icons, and we've added some interesting ones too. Like I think having Buffon, Fabregas, and Pedro are kind of like some fun ones that I don't think people expected.
True. So a lot of mentions to Buffon in chat. I was also excited to see him there in the player
Yeah.
list.
Here he is as well, if you wanted to see the stats for the 114. a very good looking goalkeeper here. And I think a lot of people are going to be
Yeah.
trying to get him on the team just for that sentimental value. Looks
Yep.
really good. And I think in terms of others, we have Giroud. I'm just looking because of the pace here is actually really good. I think
It's not that bad. It's great, actually.
It's very good. So I think people were expecting to see a Giroud with like 80 pace, given that his base pace is usually quite low. But chat, you're looking at someone with 130 here, the 138 physicality, and the 150 shooting. He could. Someone said finally he can walk. He can do more than that, guys. He is a top striker, and had to show it. It was just, it surprised me. It was good in a good way.
Very good way.
Yeah, and I also want to check out Mats Hummels here, who also has very serviceable pace, and I think a lot of people might have been expecting his pace to be lower. So this looks really good. Can I expect a Milner with triple-digit pace? We're working on it. We'll see what we can do. But also, actually, forgot to mention, there are some 114 icons here, like the Makelele and the Sanchez. And I want to mention, there's a Hernandez and the Sanchez, both 114, 115. So if you wanted to make a double Mexico strike pairing up front, could be fun. And there's also that Ginola. I think want to just take a quick look at him because he has that 5.5. And usually his stats in game are really good.
Wowza.
Yep. Let's see, chat. Was there anyone else in this list we wanted to start looking into? We'll go through a few more of these players. If there's anyone in particular, if someone wanted to look at the stats, we can do that for like a few more minutes. And then we did actually have some giveaways ready. But before you start putting in the code word, we don't want that yet, is we would like to see some stats. R9. I'm seeing a lot of R9s coming in. Let's check him out. He's the 112 here from the Cafu path. Let's take a look. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
For a 112, that 151 cannot complain. Let's see who else.
Very comparable to his prime version at 112,
Absolutely.
Not the 115. Yeah, but very nice.
Very nice. And I know personally, just from being terrorized by this Eusebio last year, I just want to see his 111 stats here. And I think he'll be a nifty second forward that'll cost some trouble.
Agreed.
Let's see, Tak. Any other names you're seeing pop up on chat for who we need to look at?
Let's see. Oh, I see a lot of requests to show the UCL players as well.
Yeah.
Actually, most of the requests are for UCL players, so why don't we jump into them?
Let's do it. Let's take a look at 115 KDB, 155 passing, 5 and 5. We'll take a look at Holland here. We can speed through these pretty much because not much to be said about a lot of these players. You've seen them. Some of them already have items with the same OVR, but there might be some slight differentiation. Rodri here. The pass player, Bernardo Silva. At a different position, mind you. He's at right wing now.
Good dribbling. 5-star skill moves.
Yeah. Let's check out his Portuguese teammate at club and country, Ruben Dias.
Nice pronunciation. 10 out of 10.
Thank you. And then we have Vinny Jr., 114. Don't know if there's a lot of differentiation between the UTOTs, but still very, very good. And, ooh, this one I'm actually very interested in. Is I've seen a lot of people using that 112 Walker from What If, and this is now a 114 Walker with really good pace and physicality. So if you're looking for a right back, I was interested in Walker.
He might be one of the best in game. Yeah, it's really big. He's very strong, and he's very fast for someone as big.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we have the center back Bastoni, who's from the quests. So like we mentioned, if you finish all 17 of the UCL Best 11 quests, you get untradeable Bastoni. But here are his stats, which are very good, and a 113 will fit into a lot of people's lineups. And we got Courtois at 113. Slightly below those Buffon stats, but still, Courtois is usually one of the best in game, just given his height.
Yeah, the height itself speaks a lot.
Mm-hmm. This one's an interesting one. Is John Stones here? Plays CDM actually for Man City. So I don't know if chat you guys have seen how City line up in game, but Stone can kind of drop into like a center back, comes into CDM, or he almost plays like a right back that tucks in when they have possession. So that's why you might be seeing a CDM for Stones and going, what is this? Well, it's actually what he's been playing for them at club over the past year, which is interesting and kind of a Pep Guardiola style change they've done.
He really shown the season, and his flexibility was great for the side there. You just can't take the ball away from him in the midfield. He's very good at getting away from pressure. So kudos, and really enjoyable to see him as a CDM there.
Totally. And we finish up UCL here with the lone 112, which is DeMarco, which actually, if you remember in the finals, came agonizingly close to scoring in that finals. But he is rewarded here with a nice UCL player item, and I'm sure that'll make all the difference for him.
Absolutely. The final was meant to be for Man City, but if you take a look at how the game evolved, I would give it to Inter. And nobody was, believing in them.
No,
it was surprisingly close.
It actually was very tense, and I think a lot of people predicted like a 3-0 Man City, just cruise control, but it was far from that. And I know people in like the first half were saying, "Oh, this is not a great final," but it developed, and that's how a lot of finals end up going. You work into it.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for Ederson, I guess the story would be different.
Exactly. And speaking of late game Champions League final heroics, I saw a lot of people asking here about Didier Drogba, and that 2012 moment against Bayern was very, very impactful, and I think it's highlighted in that SCN chapter. But here are his stats. He is in the SCN Hall of Legends chapter, so he is there. So before chat, we get a little bit too late here on time, we're going to go through some more player items, but what we want to get started on is our giveaways. And what we're doing is we have a choice of 3 untradeable event icons / heroes. It can be your choice of the 115 Ferdinand, or it can be your 115 Butragueno, or it can be a 115 Kohler, or I don't know, Tak, if you want to add the 114s from the Hall of Legend paths, do you want to add that, like the Essien, Cruyff, and Cafu as a choice as well?
I'm a fan of choice, and it's a possibility. So let's give the option to the winners. Hey, if you want the giveaway, I believe you should have the choice. Because maybe you're someone like me who's going for Cafu, but then saw that Cruyff player item, and it was like, oh, hey, I should test that out. So hey, why not?
Exactly. Like, I was looking at our list here. We had the 115s that were untradeable that we could use. And then I realized, I was like, you know what? A lot of people are excited about different players on the path here. Like, if you want to take another 114, you can. If not, there's the 115 Butragueno, Ferdinand, or Kohler you can pick. And actually, let's make sure we get the keyword down, because I'm seeing people are going hashtag HOL. It is not hashtag HOL. We have instead
got it wrong.
Hashtag, you got it wrong. It's hashtag legends. Slightly different.
Hashtag legends, drop it in the chat. Good luck for everyone. And let's see. Maybe today's your day.
Maybe. And while we get our winners sorted here, we're just at 10 to the hour. And I think that gives us some time to go through some more player stats here, because I know chat loves it. It's a good way to stay entertained while you put your code word in already. So we'll just try to go through as many as we can. It's always fun to do these.
Absolutely. Makelele, the quintessential CDM.
Yep. Played there at Chelsea, then went over to Real Madrid. Then you have Hugo Sanchez here. Player bio, he's got Real there.
Oh, good.
And, yeah, Thiago Silva.
Almost there, Antwan. Thiago Silva.
Yeah, I tried. Thiago.
Shout out for the Brazilian community, by the way. Oi, Brasil!
I think we saw a lot of folks from Brazil tuning in at the start of the show.
I always invite them all over.
Yep. And here we go. We got Jorge Campos as our goalkeeper, 113. We also have another hero here with Ivan Cordoba. One of the shorter CBs, but again, that pace is really good for a center back of 113, along with that physicality and defense. And speaking of Inter, he played for them.
He always makes up the height with, raw stats. So
good jumping usually. Yeah.
Yep.
Diego Godin plying his trade in Argentina for Vélez Sarsfield. And then if you notice, there's a few of the Argentinian league players in this program. We got some of them in, as well as some Argentinian nationals like Emi Martinez, who I hadn't gotten an item since World Cup. Yeah. Debu.
This is looking great.
Yeah,
Seems
so
like
we got our first winner
already, Antwan. Yeah.
We do. You wanna do the honors?
This one is a hard one, so thank you for that, Antwan. Let's see. The first winner is BDNS72829BXN. You not only win the giveaway, I think you win the award for the most complicated username we ever had in the show. That is great.
Looks like a password.
Congratulations. So to the winners today, you will receive a message from either Jason or our account here on Twitter asking for more details. So make sure that you're following us. Not only for winners. If you're here, make sure that you're following us. That way you don't miss our shows.
Exactly. Yeah, that guy just looked like he sat on his keyboard, and that was his name.
Maybe it has like some emotional, meaning that is only like particular to him. So, hey, nice username.
Yeah. You want to take the second one here, Tak, as well? We got this one's easier.
Yeah. That was definitely easier. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being nothing, 10 being the first winner, this is a solid 1. Second winner is Crow 12690. Crow, congratulations. Keep an eye out for a message from the team and enjoy your player item.
Exactly. I've been making quick work here, trying to go through as many players as we can on stream here.
The community appreciates. Thank you, Antwan.
It's better than watching me fail at skill games. I think we can all agree on that. Nobody shows up to the FIFA Mobile live show to watch Antwan fail miserably at PvE and skill games. I feel like that's consensus.
I don't know, Antwan. I gotta say, it brings me a lot of joy to see you failing skill games. I enjoy.
You enjoy it? Well, I'm glad. I appreciate the support. I don't know in chat, does anyone appreciate watching me fail miserably at skill games? If you do, let me know in chat. I'd love to. It would help my self-esteem here.
It's nice to see that you're one of us, you also struggle like regular FIFA mobile players. It brings a lot of humanity.
The only thing is I can't throw my phone once I'm super angry, so I'm hooked in here. I'm a little limited to my rage.
It's good for keeping up the mental.
Exactly. think we're working on our third giveaway winner here. Also another Argentinian league player. Yeah.
From Tigres.
Actually, one thing to look at, I'm not actually sure if this is updated yet, but he played for Italy really recently. So this might be something to look at for us because I believe he plays on the Italian national team.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We'll have to check. Yeah.
Good note.
Yeah, but in any case, we got another player. We got a Boca player, Marcos Rojo. Used to play on the national team for Argentina. Yeah. Some interesting new players that haven't gotten items in a while.
Absolutely. I think this batch of player items is really going to hit deep in the hearts of the Latin community. It's a bunch of Mexican players, Argentinian. Great to see some representation from the Argentinian league as well. Not to mention Brazil, you know, with the Cafu reward path. So really happy to see that.
Agreed.
All right, we have our third winner. I'll leave this one for you, Antwan.
Oh, okay. This is a slam dunk. This one's easy. Shadow Fisher with 3 R's? Well, actually, we'll pull it up on screen here. There you go. Shadow Fisher. Congrats.
Yeah, Shadow Fisher. Congratulations, Shadow Fisher.
Exactly. Oh, I just saw the poll. Did Jason put that poll up? Do you want to see Antwan fail at skill games?
Oh,
88%
nice.
of you do. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Lovely.
We joke with you because we like you, okay?
The people have spoken. So I have to give the people what they want. I'm sorry. We're going into a skill game right now, and we're gonna try a skill game with this team. Are you ready, chat?
All right, while Antwan does that, I have the fourth winner. The fourth giveaway winner for today is Juicebox with 2X's07Z. Congratulations, Juicebox. Keep an eye out for a message from the team. We got like some really juicy player items waiting for you. Started well, Antwan.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
That's unlikely.
Look at that, 1 for 1.
Wow. Hey, what's sheer pressure? You know, like you have like the performance pressure. You know, you're good with it.
All right, this is gonna be a nice little test here. I think I can do it. I think I've got a skill move in my back pocket that nobody's ever used before in a match.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Don't tell me
lane
ball
change.
roll. Lane change. I knew you were a lane changer. All right, we have our fifth winner ready. It's Cairo Nizar. Congratulations, Cairo Nizar. And I think that... All right, Cairo Nizar. Congratulations. Oh, I saw that, Antwan. I saw that, Antwan. Keep it to the lane change, all right? Don't try to be too fancy.
I'm not trying anything fancy. I don't know if we have time here. We are right at the hour. I think we're good to wrap it up here. Maybe we'll do one more, Tak. You wanna be spontaneous? Let's do one more.
I'm feeling spontaneous. We included new giveaway options right, at the bat, live. So yeah, let's be spontaneous. An extra winner today. See, we like you very much, and let's dedicate this extra winner and this extra giveaway for Antwan not failing the skill games.
Whoa! I've got one coming up here. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh, all right. Let's not jinx it.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, you guys get another giveaway.
I saw someone in the chat asking for us to do a head-to-head match at some point. And I remember we did one a few months ago, before I think you had made your debut on the show. I remember playing you in head-to-head. And I was thinking like it could be something fun for us to do again this summer. If we can get like the game to work on stream like that, we could do like a fun little head-to-head match. Oh,
Definitely.
no. Oh no.
Oh no. What is that? Hey, if you played like this, Antwan, I would gladly play.
I mean, I'm doing this with 116 prime icons, so what does that tell you? There we go.
Come on. All right.
Oh.
Apparently, I'm being I'm being thrown.
Is that my punishment to read this?
Yeah, Antwan. Yeah, as you failed the skill game, you're reading the very last and sixth giveaway winner today.
All right, this is punishment for failing that skill game once there. I have to try to pronounce this one. I'll wait till it comes up on screen here, and you guys can all see me butcher this. Pre-Dexalord Inard 2332. Or PR Dexalord Denard 2332. I think that was not bad. Not bad.
No, that was solid, Antwan. That was solid. This was a tricky one because it had a lot of consonants stacked together, but it was kind of readable, so it was a trap. You did well.
Did okay, better than the skill game. Cool. So that was our last giveaway. We were a little spontaneous with our last one there. So make sure everybody who's put in the hashtag, and everyone who's won, make sure you follow the Twitch account, because we'll be reaching out to you via Whisper to get your information, to then make sure that you have this item when it goes live tomorrow in game. And I think we're right around reset time. So I know a lot of you want to be hopping into the game right now, doing your dailies, playing through the last little bits of UTOTS and everything else. So I think that Tak is probably a good time for us to start winding down and sign off.
It's perfect timing. Absolutely. Myself, I want to, log in and do my own challenges for today.
Yep. I've already warmed up, so hopefully I won't spend too long on my skill games and matches. I'll be okay to go through, but maybe I'm just being optimistic.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to have you all today. Thank you guys for showing up. We hope that you enjoy, and see you tomorrow.
See you guys.